Hello everybody, we are playing against Enric in another daily. Uh, this guy actually does post his videos online, so I'm going to try and I actually opted to start this recording process a little bit late, but it's still game one. There will be no intro because of that. I am still playing with the rock deck, same list as last time. So sorry, no updates yet. Uh, haven't really seen anything. I've been debating about going back to the Singleton Timely to help fight against Burn. Um, my only problem with the Omniscience deck is that I seem to keep mulling to 5. Played it in a daily last night, started off and had to mull to 5 again, and of course lost those games. But I digress. I'll stop complaining about that. I am going to go ahead and pause it until he comes back, and we'll be off at that point. Alright, we are back. He has come back. I've gone ahead and asked him if he's recording. This hand is interesting. I'm going to keep this. I mean, I don't expect the birds to get swords or counter. Ah, it's not. So, sorry, I had asked him if he was recording, and he said he's not, unfortunately. Um, I'm going to keep this. I don't expect this to get killed or countered. So, let's finish responding to him. Okay. So I think that we'll be okay. I think that we'll be able to find another land here. We're on the draw. I hate counting land sources. Every time I count the number of lands left and start doing the math on it, even if I have like an 85% chance of drawing a card, or that's not a land, it's always a land. And if I count it up and I need the land, it's never the land. So, yeah. You guys can do the math. There are 23 lands, and we have 2 in hand. You can do the math on what we're coming up against, and we'll still have Moxen and everything else. Take that into consideration. I am superstitious on that. There are certain things that I do actually feel have a little bit of influence. Okay, I do not have a stop going, so this is him. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And take it back. I'm going to stop my pause. I'm going to rant for you guys. So there's been this huge push on how to play Brainstorm correctly, and everybody says that there's certain ways that you're supposed to play it. And I understand that, but who cares? I mean, if you're playing for efficiency, yes, I understand it, but if you're playing to have fun, play to have fun. Don't worry about always having to have the greatest and bestest draws and everything else. Ooh, the bird might die. Um, well, that'll work. So don't worry about what exactly other people are doing, and if you're playing correctly, if you're playing to have fun, play and just go off of instinct. A teacher of mine once told me that 95% of the time your instincts are the correct thing. I should have actually, this is fine. Yeah, I should have gotten the forest and then played the bird still. Doesn't matter. We see Windswept Heath. I'm assuming some sort of Maverick-ish deck, so I'm going to go ahead and prep for that. Enric is notorious for playing miracles in daily events, but if he's not playing miracles, then yeah, that's fine. Yeesh. So I'm right, it's Maverick. Let's go ahead and get the forest, and I am going to play Knight. And next turn I will play, I can minimize this. He knows I have that, so I'll leave that up. Next turn I plan to play Liliana and Edict him. And then after that, if I draw a land and it's a smaller creature, I'll play the Jit, equip, and swing. That'll kill off the creature. If it's not a smaller creature, then I'll play Liliana, Edict him, and the next turn play Birds and Swords his guy, making him discard. I'll discard whatever that extra card is, and then the turn after that, I will play Jit, swing. So that is, depending on what we draw, the plan. Because if I draw Sylvan Library, next turn is going to be Swords Library to match him. Or he could just Swords my Knight. Oh, Pride Mage. So yeah. He's not blowing up the Mox. Mistake on his part because he doesn't know. Here comes Liliana. We do lose a little bit here. Target player sacks creature. We're going to lose the Mox. Yep. He's going to take 5. I think we're actually going to give up the bird next turn and play the Bob. If he doesn't find a swords, we're still in good shape. Seeing as he didn't swords this in response to me edicting him, I'm going to assume that he didn't have it. Bob will at least find us the lands that we're looking for. Liliana will be able to edict again. If we find a white source, we can Bob and this, and then we'll still pitch the swords. I understand that if we find the land, this plus land equals this, but in 2 turns, or in 2 turns, if I find a land, this will definitely find me another one. So I need to stop fidgeting. I'm not using the headset. There's a part on my... Ugh. And night. Okay. Now, I actually do need this. And we're going to get rid of Bob. Another option, and probably the better one, I screwed that up, should have been still pitch the bird, activate this, drop Bob into play, fetch with Knight, activate this, activate the lands. What am I? Wow. Play Knight, or play Bob, fetch with Knight, go get planes, shoot Knight. And that leaves Bob if he wants to attack with Mom. So that was my mistake. And that's fine. It was a line of play that I didn't quite look into heavy enough, and I mean, so be it. We'll see if we can recover out of it. We've got 2 swords, so that should work. Our knight is active. We've got a bog. They don't typically play 1 main. He's got a library. We've got Liliana. So his stream of creatures will be there. Worst case scenario, we see, what is that girl's name? What lady? That's Linvala. There we go. So, I mean, let's see. What you got? Let's see. How is he going to win this? If he overruns us with creatures, that'll work. But with 2 swords in hand and the Jit, that becomes a little difficult. He's probably going to... I don't know if we'll get a chance to actually ultimate Liliana. But he's probably searching for the swords. Swords, yeah. Ooh, he's keeping cards. So he found something that he liked. And I'm aware that like a Scavenging Ooze would definitely be in his advantage. I mean, he can go get it, and then he can eat 3 cards, which would be all 3 of my lands. He'd still be able to attack with his Knight, although it wouldn't be intelligent, because I could just activate my Knight. So... I think I will actually go fetching at this point and still try and swords the Mom. Well, I was going to. This is getting pretty bad. What do we got going on here? So his Knight now filters twice as fast as mine, grows twice as fast. Going to have to keep that bog readily available. There's the ooze that I didn't want him to have. So if I edict him and give up my Liliana, what happens? If I edict him, he sacrifices this Rib Ranger, which gives me 2 activations to deal with Mom. Ho ho. Let's go deal with the protection issue. So should have actually let him go ahead with this process, although he would have just picked green. At this point, let's see, yeah, he chose green. So he's basically saying, like, do it. We are going to let Lily die. I am going to go get a plains, and we're going to kill Mom now. So our main problem right there is gone. I can kill his ooze now. I can kill anything I want. And all he can do is look in terror. Green Sun. I'm going to go ahead and drop this Jit. Take out his ooze. I'm going to lose some lands, but he still can't. Like, the only thing that he can do to attack into me right now is with the Knight, which will die, and the Ranger, which I'm not as worried about. Green Sun next turn can turn into... if we hit a land, that'd be optimal. Well, that wouldn't change much. Trying to think. We want removal. We want more removal. Yeah, go for it. You just keep on eating up all of the cards in your little idea. We are limited in green sources now. We need to keep that in mind. I don't want to sacrifice that plains. Our green source is this. We need to get rid of this. So he left us a 4/4 Knight. He doesn't know that we have Bog main, though. Most lists that people run don't have Bogs main. If he finds a Swords, we could be in a little bit of trouble. He found a Mom. And a Green Sun Zenith for 2. Does he have another ooze? No, he's got that. Okay. Don't blow it up yet. That's too soon. I should stop telling people what to do. Yeah, he's getting rid of non-basics. So we really want removal, and we will deal with it as it comes. Yep, that still can't attack past me. Now it can. But he's tapped out. So this still means that next turn he can do stuff. He can untap his Knight. Okay, what does a land get us? Next turn Mom goes active. He can still untap his Knight. Doesn't get us anything. We are dead. Like, I can fetch for Maze, but after that he'll have Mom up, which, I mean, he hasn't used Mom the most efficient, but yeah, if we had Fight Bear, this would be a possibility, but we do not. Fight Bear is in the sideboard. So why am I doing it that way? There we go. Oh wait, I don't actually want the Thalias in this matchup. He does have Elspeth main, something to take into consideration. I don't want the discard. And think about actually switching this count. Hold on. Looking at it this way is terrible. Okay. Alright. It makes things a little bit easier for me. I'm going to lose a top. I know it's card selection, blah, 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 blah. I'd rather just kill everything. So, there's where we're going. That's what we're rolling with. And hopefully it pans out. This hand is really good. So I'm going to intro off with this one. The other two can fetch out more than just the plains. They can fetch out Dryad Arbor, which is somewhat important. Alright, so human. Down comes mom. And away she goes. Alright, there's a Caracas, but we just want to land this Bob and force him to deal with that. What do you got? Green for Noble Hierarch. I don't mind Noble Hierarch. It's mom that's an issue. I don't like mom. Let's go ahead and go get our knight. I know typically this is actually for Uvenwald Tracker, and you just completely obliterate his side of the board, but you need something on your side that's good enough to actually do that. So if he doesn't have the swords, well, if he has the swords, he has to swords knight. If he doesn't have the swords, yay, then next turn he may be short on lands depending on what he plays. Could be Elspeth. Could be a Green Sun Zenith of his own. What are we getting? Now, oh, that's kind of cute. Let's get that down there. I'm going to take out his mana source here. And I'm going to offer up Bob. With the amount of removal that we have in the deck, we should be hitting roughly something every single time. Jit, no problem. Now if he equips that and swings, I'm going to fetch out Dryad Arbor. I'm still going to fetch out Dryad Arbor. If he wastes it, he wastes it. But my only plan is to actually swing with it, so... do I want to attack with anything? Right now, I think I don't. What am I thinking? What am I saying? I do. I don't. I do. Whoops. Alright, so still the same plan. I mean, if he flashes in Sprite, that's fine. I want a piece of this now. So let's see. He could flash in Sprite. If he does, we lose a couple things. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of something the wrong way. If he didn't have the Wasteland up, then we'd be okay. But he does, so that creates a little bit of a problem. Trips Wasteland. Next turn, when I untap and fight my Germ to his knight, he's gonna be, oh, you suck. Alright, so my Germ to Knight plan is gone away. I'm gonna get this. And I'm actually going to grab a wasteland. Let's do this. If I'm gonna lose my guy, I'm gonna lose him anyway. Yep. I figured you had your bog. That was my plan. But we've made him use it. We didn't have another basic. Alright, Bob. Show me another piece of removal. See, you guys don't understand. This, I'm not kidding. It literally is almost, if you've got a Bob or a library out there, you should be drawing a piece of removal almost every single turn. And there's just nothing else to it. So, let's go ahead and continue on with this. He's probably like, yeah, you drew it all, but that's what we're designed to do. This hand I am going to keep very, very finicky. But we've got answers to, oh god, I wish. Wasteland me, wasteland me. Oh, birds. Birds is cute, but it's not exactly what I was looking for. Let's see. Go get the basic. And we're off. Oh, Caracas. Oh, this is going to be... I am doing this. Oh, why didn't I lead with the Savannah? Yeah, I am doing this. I think there's enough value in this that it's happening right now. Yeah, Swords, that's fine. It's too late for that. Next turn, I get to waste him. I don't think you wanted to do that. I'm going to play this first, and then I'll waste him. I've got the Dismember up as well, so... God. Rah, 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 rah. Grobble, 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 grobble. Well, I guess we're just doing this. And I'm going to keep that in hand. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. I'm going to get the Batter Skull. It's a bigger creature. I understand. I have enough removal in hand. And we should be done. Looks like we're going to get the Jit as well. There was some argument to last turn actually playing the maze, mazing my Mystic post-combat and dropping in the Batterskull still. He'd be at 13 right now instead, but I think that it's actually worth it. I can kill both of these guys. Don't play with me. Or I can do it that way. So I'm actually just going to Swords this guy and play this. I've still got 2 pieces of removal in hand. Like, it's a little rough for him. And this is most Maverick matchups. That fifth card, or that fifth card that comes out is always up in the air, but I mean, for the most part, this is what happens. We've got a pulse. We've got the diamond, which, yeah, I figured that was probably going to happen. Debating on playing Bob, and I think I do. I mean, granted, I can't be perished, which is what most people try to do to me. Whoops. But, yeah, we are fine. If I lose this game from this point, somebody called the hospital, something very bad happened to me. That's all I know. Yep, I got removal for both of them, too. So, we're just going to kill one. I don't think I need to. Waiting on him. There we go. Alright. We don't need to be a jerk and kill them both. So, that is the Maverick matchup. We're currently 1-0, and hopefully we'll continue on this path and not have a last night. Alright. Everybody have a good one.